And welcome to the Work for Change podcast. My name's Jaboy, spelled like Jean.
And my name is John with the silent H. This is episode number 48 of the Work for Change podcast. Thank you so much for being with us. We are very excited to have you guys.
We have a couple countdowns.
We do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Countdown number 1, my wedding. And the day this podcast comes out on Tuesday is 5 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For me getting married.
It's going to be my first time being a best man.
Yep.
Very excited about that.
You're like a better man.
Yeah.
Like
Not the best man.
Yeah. You're like
An okay man.
You're like an adequate man.
Yeah.
You're the adequate man.
Yeah.
No.
My speech is just gonna be like, you guys are cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's
you guys,
party.
You guys are cool. I don't know what's happening after this. You were supposed to plan it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm adequate here. Going for a C minus, maybe.
What's the other countdown?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm still.
I
want to talk about my wedding a little bit.
Oh, okay.
The same week of my wedding, I have a 2-day conference with the church, and so and the the day after we get married, we're launching a whole new series with a new song that you actually helped record.
Yep, that was cool.
That one of the worship leaders and I co-wrote together, and I'm gone for all of it.
So this,
and it's like I feel bad because I'm not crazy stressed about the wedding because Sam, like, she's a freaking angel and takes care of all of it. And so it's super nice.
Angel is an interesting
A fallen
adjective.
angel?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No. But she takes care of so much of it that I'm not super stressed about the wedding. I'm stressed about all the work that needs to be done from work.
Yeah.
Before I can leave for a week and feel good about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's definitely, it's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it. Makes me never want to get married.
Yeah. Makes me only want to do it once.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so the song that we recorded, it was cool. It was the first time I've played drums, like recording wise, like been recorded since I was in my old band about 6 years ago or something like that. Like, it's been a long time. So it's cool to hear drums of me playing in a song. But this song has been in the works for how many years now?
This song started 12 years ago.
That's insane.
And it was just a guitar part I had, the verse and the chorus, and that was it. And I didn't know. I was just, every time I would start writing a song, I would circle back to that song and get nowhere with it. Same verse, same chorus. And like, I just didn't know the direction of the song. And I kind of realized, all right, like, if this song is going to live outside of me, I have to bring it outside of me. Like, it can't exist only in my mind because it'll stay only in my mind. And so then I asked his name's Kyle. I asked him, I'm like, hey, can you help me write the song? And he was like, yep, let's come over. And I went over to his house and we spent like 2 afternoons at his house, just writing and recording. And then we got like the bones out. And then he's just been recruiting people to come in. Like, he's really good at like recording and audio engineering and producing. And so he just took all that on himself. And so now all the pieces are done, and he's probably spending the day we're recording this just mixing it.
Yeah.
And he's like got over 80 channels of stuff to mix.
Yeah. I'm excited because I'm definitely going to share it just because why not, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The goal is to put it on Spotify.
Yeah.
And then maybe iTunes. So if you guys wanted to buy it, you could. It is for the church.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, we're not getting anything out of
yeah,
it.
yeah. And if Christianity triggers you at all.
Yeah.
Maybe not the song for you.
But yeah, I think it's funny. I mean, we weren't even planning on really talking about this, but I think that you doing that it's interesting because we've been talking a lot about pride, right? And like about how pride can come up in different ways. And one of the ways is like being like, I'm good enough. I don't need any help from anybody. I can do whatever I want. And the other thing is, and this is what I struggle with more, is I am so messed up. I am so like, I have nothing to give. So like, I'm not going to ask for help from anybody because there's no reason. Like I'm almost too far gone.
Yeah. So like pride has two sides, right? Mm-hmm. So the arrogant side of pride is, did we talk about this on the podcast or have we just talked about it in real life? Okay. Yeah. The arrogant side of pride is I don't need anyone. I can do it on my own. the low side of pride that a lot of people don't think about is the I am so bad, I am so terrible, I am not good enough, I am so far down that I can't ask for help because I'm so far gone. I'm the only person who can't get helped.
Yeah.
And that is like, it's pride. It's just a flipped weird, like if Will is in the regular world, that side of pride is Will in the upside down.
Yeah.
If you want to go to like Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird side, but it absolutely
I never
exists.
thought of it as pride either. I thought of it as just, I don't even know like really what I thought of it. But hearing it that way, because that's what I've always struggled with. I've never been somebody that was very prideful in the
Arrogant sense.
Arrogant sense, yeah. It's just not who I am. Like even when it comes to like when I was like making YouTube videos and even with like weight loss stuff, I don't like to be someone that people think of as some sort of like inspiration or some expert, because I'm like, I don't know that much. So it's always, for me, it's always been the opposite side. So it is interesting, but it goes to show that like when you do ask for help, like how much more can get done if you actually like ask for help from people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you never asked for help, that song would still be
in my head, and it would,
as your favorite word, ethereal, an ethereal.
It would be an ethereal concept and not a very like a hands-on real product.
Yeah.
You know, which I'm very grateful. And like another thing I had to learn through that, and this is still the first countdown. We're actually not even about the countdown. It's not at all. But a weird thing about it is you have to accept that once I put it out there that I needed help, it was no longer allowed to be my song. Because if I put it out there for help and then everyone who helps me, I go, that's not what I was thinking, that's not what I was thinking, that's not what I was thinking. It's like,
you didn't actually want help.
I didn't actually want, I just wanted someone to tell me, no, it's good, or I don't know. Like, so once I put it out there, it quickly became not my song anymore because his ideas and my ideas are very different. But I had to swallow hard the pill of I asked for help. This is no longer Jean's thing. This is a collaborative thing. And so even to the point, like, he was just talking about, all right, the theme of the song, the mood of the song. He's like, I know someone from our church who I think's voice would be great for this. I was just like, yeah, I'm right here. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. He's like, yeah, this guy Alex, I think his voice is going to be great for it. And it was like, this has been my song for 12 years. But to understand that, okay, like, I trust you. I respect that. I could have respectfully disagreed with him and been like, no, I want it to be me. But like, I don't know how that's not really collaborative. That's again me wanting everyone to do the work so that I can get the glory of being the guy who's singing the song. And so like realizing that putting it out there, yeah, it's no longer yours, but it exists now. And like, can you be okay with that?
And I think it goes to the same kind of thing is when you do ask for help, you have to realize what the consequences of that are.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but when you ask for help, like, so something that I deal with a lot is people asking for weight loss advice, and then I give them the advice, and it's like, they're like, no.
Yeah.
That's too much work. Or no, it's definitely not that simple. And I'm like, no, it's definitely simple. You know, in my theory is, you know, calories in, calories out, move more, eat less kind of thing. Again, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
And so it takes a lot of work. It's going to take a long time. And when people ask for my help and that's what I give them, obviously I give them more than that. It's not like I just say that and I'm like, okay, have fun, you know?
Yeah.
They hear the help and they're like, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted, a lot of times when people are actually asking, when they think they're asking for help, what they're really asking is for someone just to agree with their issues, right? With their problems. Like, oh, losing weight is so hard. Like, I would love some help, John. And then I reply, yeah, I know it's really hard. And it's like, you probably have it worse than everyone else. Like, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to be like, yo, I struggled with it too, but like, you can get through it, and I'm not just going to sit here and like whine about it with you. Like, let's figure it out. A lot of people don't really want that when they're asking for help. They're not actually asking for help, I think.
Yeah, and like, again, it's the whole thing. Like, the only people who enjoy listening to complainers are complainers. That's it. It's like, it's a little misery pity party, like co-misery party. So if you're in this spot and you find yourself just constantly complaining, like, are the people you hang out with, like, are they feeding that? Because the only miserable people enjoy listening to complaining because it like makes everyone feel like, yeah, they're all on my level. Like anyone who's like focused and moving and determined, they could be in the same spot as you, but you won't hear them complaining. And so like, and it's as simple as people are not born complainers and not complainers. It's just as simple as like looking at your mindset and being like, what am I focusing on? Okay, let me focus on something else and then move forward. You're not stuck a complainer. You're not stuck in a miserable spot. Like crazy concept. You can work.
For me, I don't think that I I don't think that I am one of these people that's like overly positive and never complains, because I definitely do complain, but I try and notice when I am complaining. And even if I'm complaining in my mind, a lot of times I try not to put it out there, and I don't know if that's healthy or not, but I don't like, because like I don't want to be around someone that's complaining 100%, and so I don't like to be that with other people, because like for me, I think I've always just been so grateful for life and for like being able to do things and live life, that like for me, just like complaining about silly things, I don't see the point in it at all, you know?
Yeah. Second countdown.
Okay.
At the point of this podcast being released, I think it's close to 15 days that the Open workout is released.
First Open.
20.1. The Open goes from October 10th to November 11th. And so
weird.
Yeah. First of all, how do you feel about Open in October?
I don't know. Obviously it's the first time, so I think, I mean, the first thing is obviously it just seems like it just happened, which, because it kind of did.
It did.
It's been like what, not like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Like not super long, obviously less than normal. So it's just like, it feels like it's too early, you know? And I definitely, like right now, I don't feel like I'm ready for it. Like I haven't been able to do much CrossFit as of late, because I tweaked my back a little bit. Not really my back, it was more hips, but like I could feel it in my back, and so I was very careful for a long time. And like today was the first time I've like today's workout. Oh man, it was really hard. So the first part of it was an 10-minute EMOM of 15 calorie row, and then it was 5 front squats and at 225. And that's the heaviest I've front squatted in a while, and especially inside of a Metcon, right? And that was tough. Like, I mean, in the Open, they're not going to have heavy weight like that, most likely. At least like in the start, right? You have to work up to it normally. But that was tough. Like that was the first like real heavy CrossFit workout I've done in a while. And then there was a lot of stuff afterwards too. But I was actually really surprised because I haven't done a ring muscle up in a very long time. Like a very long time. And I was able to string, I was doing 3s on the rings today. So that was actually pretty nice. It's like one of those things that you hope gets better by not doing them, and it actually kind of did. I don't know what happened there. But I'm excited. I'm more excited now because my back is feeling really good. Because I was really nervous because I knew I would do it, but I was like, how much am I going to push myself? Because in the Open, I really like to see where I am and compare myself to how I was last year. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this will be my 3rd one now. Is this our 3rd? Or is this our 4th?
I think this is our 4th.
This is our 4th.
This will be our 4th
yeah.
Open.
It'll be 17, 18, 19. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's really the 3rd and a half. I mean, that's the way I kind of think of it. But
I'm nervous that I won't be as fit as I was 6 months ago.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think you've gotten much better in the past 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I just have this like fear that like, because last Open, I think I hit top 10 percentile. Mm-hmm. And that's scary to try to hit again. Yeah, you know, like that's like the first Open I had 0.
Was fun, man.
Yeah. The second Open, I was kind of like, as long as I do better, but I didn't really try that hard the first year, so it was like whatever.
Well, you tried hard, but we had just started CrossFit not that long before.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, like, it was just like, it wasn't like, I wasn't worried that I wasn't going to improve. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that year was such a big year. Mm-hmm. The third Open that I just did, I like put it all on the line. Yeah. Except for the first workout. So it's like this 4th one is like, okay, this is the test. Like, this is, I really feel like, and I don't know, I've been getting stronger. Mm-hmm. Like, I've PR'd everything, finally hit the 400-pound back squat, finally got the body weight snatch. I'm still not at the 315 clean and jerk, which I want to do, but I got 275 recently. So it's like I'm definitely getting stronger, but it's like that the open punishes the strong one, and they focus on the heart rate.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have been better at just chugging through like a hard workout.
That's still your biggest.
Yeah.
That is your biggest. Like for me, that's my strong suit.
I have two weaknesses, which is annoying. One is like grinding through a long workout, and the other one is pushing as hard as I can in a very short workout.
Okay, so when you say you struggle with grinding through a long workout, take me through your mindset. Like, try and really think about what it's like, because in CrossFit, a 20-minute workout is a long workout, right?
Yeah.
So, like, anything over 20 minutes or 20 minutes, what is going through your head before? Like, do you try and hype yourself up? Or do you...
No, I do not hype myself up. I calm myself down.
Okay.
I go, this is a long workout. Just chill.
Okay.
And then typically what I'll do is I'll chill too much, and then I just have to try to get as much as I can at the end. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand my pacing. I don't understand. Like,
do you think it's not? Do you think that you don't understand, or are you just like, I don't want to be in pain for that long?
well, I don't want to be in pain, like stupidly. Like, I don't want to go out too hot, and then 10 minutes in just have no gas left and just be dying the entire time. Like, I want to know that I can finish solid, but it's like figuring out what's my starting pace. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes we'll do like 5 rounds, 200-meter run, record each one. Try to get as close to the same time each time. And it always goes slowest, second slowest, third slowest, fourth slowest, fastest. Like, I always get faster at the end because I realize, oh, I'm okay. I'm better. It's like that initial pace. I don't know what I can hold. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to hurt so bad by going all out and then be dying for 15 minutes in a 20-minute workout.
What do you think you should do to fix that?
I don't know. Probably just go all out and die for 15 minutes, and then that's how you learn your pace.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you might just want to do one and just be like, I'm gonna go for it, and then hold on, kind of thing. Because we always joke around about show up, blow up, like just like blow it out. But at the same time, that's a good way to understand what you're actually capable of. Because like for me, I don't know. I don't think I sit there and like I know exactly my pace, because like the 20-minute and longer workouts, like those are my jam. I love those types of workouts. And it's not like I'm not even sitting here saying I'm the best at them, because I'm not, but I don't mind them at all. Like I know what my pace is, and maybe I could push even harder. But I don't know. Like I really do enjoy those.
I don't enjoy them.
But I definitely share the same weakness of going 100% in a short workout, because that pain is one I do not like.
Yeah.
Like that is,
I do not like that. I do not like that. That is the
joke.
part.
Yeah,
I do not
that is
like.
the part that I do not like. That is a funny video that we will not bring up on the podcast. But I really struggle with feeling like I just that pain in the short amount, like the Fran type of workout is. I don't like that at all.
I do not like that.
Like knowing that I'm going to be in so much pain. It's like 3-minute workout, and then for 20 minutes afterwards and more probably, I'm going to be in pain. I struggle with pushing 100% in those.
So, yeah, I'm nervous about the Open. But I will say that, like, specifically within our gym, they are doing a lot to garner and create the excitement and the camaraderie and the community that happens in the Open this year more than previous years.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm excited to push it as hard as I can for the sake of the gym, if you will. Like that, like if old Roman days and a gladiator goes out and they're just like, I don't care about this, blah blah. Everyone's like, well, this sucks. Mm-hmm. Whereas
he would die.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I want to be the gladiator that everyone watches me die on the floor, but it's like with a solid fight. Just for the fun of it. It's always fun seeing someone give everything they can to do a workout. And
I mean, this what we're talking about is probably so weird to someone that doesn't do CrossFit, but the Open is like, it is our Super Bowl, unless like for most of the people, because most people aren't going to the games. Most people aren't, you know what I mean? Like, especially now, you literally go to the games from the Open.
I don't know about Super Bowl. I still think that the CrossFit Games are the Super Bowl.
Well,
I'm saying
for us.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to the games. So for us, this is the biggest game. This is the biggest competition. Like for me, I push harder in open workouts than I do any other time of the year.
Yeah, but it's almost like if we're on a football team, this is our Friday night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is our
This is game time.
This is game time. Yeah, exactly.
And so like that's why when the open comes around, people get so nervous and we talk about it because it's you want to for 5 weeks, one day out of those weeks, hopefully it's only one day and you're not repeating workouts, but you know that you are going to try and put yourself in as much pain as possible. You know, in a good way, but like you're going to try to push yourself harder than you've ever pushed yourself because it is a terrible feeling. Like I've only redone, I think maybe 2 workouts. It is a terrible feeling finishing a workout and being like, I could have done more.
Yeah.
And I've had that happen twice and it's like, oh, I have to be in more pain than I just was doing the same workout.
Yeah.
Like that's not a fun feeling. So
within, 2 days of each other.
Yeah, within like 2 days of each other. So it is exciting, but it is super weird that it's coming up so fast. I think there's only 60 something days between the end of the CrossFit Games and the start of the Open. So like for us, it's been like 6 months, whatever. For our season isn't, our season is 5 weeks. But for like games athletes, their season's much longer now, and they have much shorter of like a time period. So I'm interested to see what people will do. Like it's been really cool. I've been able to, when I was in Hawaii, I was able to hang out with a lot of games athletes that the Open is actually a really big deal.
Yeah.
You would think, but a lot of them have I think a lot of the people that did really well at the games are starting to be like, you know what, like the Open is important, I'm going to do it, but I understand that I haven't had enough time.
Yeah.
Between.
So what was without outing anyone?
Yeah, I don't want to use anyone's name.
What was the general consensus or?
Most people I talked to were like, I am not ready, even a little bit, and they're just like, they're basically, I think they're hoping that other people aren't ready either.
Yeah.
Because again, like if you're a high caliber athlete, you were at the games and you probably were there for a good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You were there maybe until the last day, even if you weren't there till the last day, whatever. But so for them, I think that they needed to take time off, like you need to, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of them needed to take time off, and then the Open came around so fast that maybe they've had maybe like 2 weeks to actually really put in some real training before the actual Open comes along. So I think a lot of people are hoping that that's the case for everybody, that they haven't had enough time to really dial everything in, or I think that they've just kind of been like, okay, well, I'm going to do some sanctioned events.
What? Like, only 10 people made it to the last day of the games.
Yep.
What? So it's more than just coming back from the games, right? Because like a lot of people didn't even do all the workouts. So like they're not like sore. They're not like.
Oh yeah, it'd be bad if you're sore 2 months after.
You know what I mean? Though they're not like, it's not like they just did this crazy like 5-day competition. A lot of them did 2-day, 3-day competitions. So like, it's less about like what their body's capable of. It's just like you have to train yourself to be in that much pain. You know what I mean? Like you have to condition. It's conditioning.
Well, and you have they taper for the games though. You know what I mean? So it's like I would say they probably train the hardest before the games. So like even if you didn't make it to the last day, you still had been training like a madman before the games came up. So it's like even if you didn't make it all the way through the games, you're still like your body needs rest. So a lot of them, they had to rest. Again, this is just what I'm thinking, and like the conversations that I had with people. And so I think that it's the Open. A lot of them are just, I say that, it sounds weird saying them, but I'm not a games athlete. So a lot of them are kind of hoping everyone's in the same boat, which I would assume so. But I think a lot
it
of
also
them
leaves a lot of room for people to...
So that's what I was going to say. A lot of them are very smart, and they understand that there are people that have been waiting in the wings being like, the Open, because now the Open is a straight shot to the games.
Yeah.
So...
And they're still keeping the national champion and the top 20.
Yeah. So I think... I don't know how I feel about going straight from the Open to the games, because like you could lie, right? And like I know that they review videos, but it's not like they review every single video, and... Like there's just something different about getting to the games through actually competing with other people on a field, you know? Because like the Open is very, you're able to be like, I am at my gym, I am at doing it at my time, you know what I mean? Like there's no, you're able to cut out a lot of variables and make everything as perfect for you as possible.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if that's the name of the game, that's what everybody should be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how I feel. I mean, I know that this is a conversation that could have happened, you know, a year ago when the things were first announced. But now that we've seen stuff and I've been actually able to talk to people that have been to the games and saw people that were like killing it in the Open, they get to the games and they get cut first event, you know? And so, like, I don't know how I feel about that. And there's probably going to be a lot of people that are waiting in the wings being like, this is my chance to make it to the games. And so a lot of maybe the high caliber athletes that we're used to seeing at the top of the leaderboard in the Open aren't going to be there because they're maybe just they haven't been able to do enough training to be at that level, you know, because a lot of people that didn't make it to the games last year are like, all right, they've been training for months now, getting ready for the Open, which is smart. That's what I would do too. Right. And so it's interesting. Like I'm curious to see what people's plans are. But from everyone I've talked to, they've all said that they would love to make it through the Open, so they're going to do the Open.
Yeah.
But I think that they understand that they're going to probably need to do some sanctioned events or something like that. You know.
Yeah. This might be on the spot, but not like a bad on the spot. But who do you want to see at the games again? Who you didn't see at this last games? That's why it's on the spot, because now you have to think about who didn't make it to the games, but. Like, who's someone who you think might have taken a year off for the sake of vamping up for this year?
Cody Anderson.
Okay.
I just really
something
like him.
happened, right? Like,
well, he got married.
Yeah, I don't think that's important. Just kidding.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was like a big reason, maybe why.
Oh, Cody Anderson.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Cody Mooney.
Cody Mooney. No,
didn't something happen with? He made it. He was on the team.
He was on.
Okay,
he
yeah.
was on. He
Yeah,
got second
I
place
do
at the
CrossFit.
game.
I
He
know.
got second
I
place
know.
at the
I do
game.
CrossFit. I host a CrossFit podcast.
But
I promise.
So Cody Anderson would be really cool because he didn't even I don't think he even tried this last year to make it to the games. Like I think he's just been working on like strength and again he got married and stuff. The other person is actually Dan Bailey because he's doing the Filthy 150 and so it's going to be his first ever sanctioned event.
That's cool.
So I think that'll be cool. I don't really off the top of my head I can't really think of anybody else.
Yeah.
Do you have anybody?
No, I mean I think that regardless of people's opinions of him or my own opinions, I think like Sam Dancer is someone I miss seeing on the floor. Mm-hmm. Like he's like a demanding force. And was he? Did he have a team make it, or did they
I think he was there on the team.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't really
remember.
know.
But it'd be cool to see him as an individual.
Yeah.
I
have a feeling he's over individual competition though.
Yeah.
He seems like somebody that just he doesn't really care very much about being going as an individual. So.
Yeah. I didn't research this question enough to ask it. I was just like kind of people I miss, you know, like you have the people that you like watching and I think for the most part last year the 2019 games got a good chunk of them, you know, like Jacob Hepner coming back and
that was cool.
Just like seeing Cole Sager compete. Though it was a bummer he didn't make it to the last couple events, but just stuff like that. And I just wonder we've already spent a whole podcast talking about how we felt about the games, but just with how programming could have been different and
I'm excited.
Whatever.
I'm excited to see what they learned from the last year.
Yeah,
which is I think that's a good thing. Like you have to if nothing changes this year, then that's a big red flag. I think. Yeah, and I think that the people will start to be like, okay, we need to figure something else out. Yeah. Like Rogue might need to come in and do their own thing or something, right? Like. Figure something else out there, but if they do learn from it and it gets better, I don't think that I didn't mind the games that much. Yeah. It was just how
I think that sprint event was I think that was very controversial. And also I think it
was polarizing.
I don't know, yeah. And because again, I don't know what was like Dave Rasher never really
he doesn't ever explain anything, yeah.
Like the reason I chose this event was at this point was because this. It was just kind of like, oh well that sucked. You know, but speaking of Rogue, they are hosting 20.1 with Rich Froning versus Scott Panchik. Yeah. Rogue, after the CrossFit Games, Sam and I were like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to buy some shirts from Rogue just because we're so appreciative of how much care they put into the community.
Well, it was more after the Rogue Invitational, right?
Rogue Invitational,
Yeah.
but then the games when they had the Iron Games, it was just kind of like they care. Like
Yeah.
they care about the sport of CrossFit in a way that it really feels like HQ doesn't anymore. Like HQ is like health
Yeah.
and losing 100+ pounds, and like that's what they care about.
Who cares about that?
Which is super important, but like, you know,
That doesn't get people in the door.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Exactly.
Like, let's be real. Why did we start CrossFit? Because we saw the documentaries.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And so it's like for Rogue to like be like, hey, CrossFit is a huge part of who we are. Rogue is really like making a push at like any sport that involves a barbell. They want to, you know what I mean?
I think
like,
that's really
be
interesting,
behind.
yeah.
And so it's like with all the changes that happened, CrossFit deleting their social media, CrossFit deleting or firing their media, CrossFit firing every single person who works at HQ pretty much, like at least in the games headquarters. It's like you really felt like, oh, they don't care about us anymore. Like here we gave them this platform and they don't care about us at all. And so for Rogue to come in, it's almost like, come my child, you know, and we're like, oh, you love us. And so I'm really excited to see them launch 20.1 because last year, 19.1,
Oh my gosh.
the guy welcomed Sam Briggs to CrossFit.
Welcome to CrossFit.
Welcome to CrossFit, Sam
Yeah,
Briggs.
that was rough.
And she was like,
I remember
sorry, what?
I remember when that happened. It was just like, oh, so this is how it's gonna be.
yeah, and
It was
exactly.
bad.
It's like that feeling of like, oh,
Wow, we regressed quite a bit.
yeah, like within a year.
Yeah.
Like just wow, oh man. And then Rogue when I think did they host one?
I don't remember, but
I think they did. I think they hosted one at their HQ, but then they also did the Rogue Invitational.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah,
that was like
ju-
just as good as the games had been.
Yeah.
maybe even better, honestly, because it was smaller,
yeah, and more condensed and easier to
digest.
yeah. So I'm really excited and like I just yeah.
Did you buy any Rogue shirts?
No, we did not. We're on a very strict budget.
We're on a strict budget. We got a wedding coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they can sponsor the wedding with barbells and stuff.
That'd be so cool.
That'd be so cool.
I don't want to ruin anything. I was gonna say like some stuff about our wedding and how fitness is a part of it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I don't want to say anything.
yeah, that would have ruined it for me too, because I
Yeah.
don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's nothing great. There's no competition.
are you
There's
gonna
n-
make
there's
us do
no
burpees
There's
before?
no workout. No, just the cake topper.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Exciting.
Yeah. But speaking, okay, so this is all going on a path.
Okay.
So
it
we
is.
talked about wedding, we talked about songs, we talked about Open coming up, we talked about Rogue. The reason why I think we all appreciate Rogue is because they brought an intense level of professionalism and intentionality into everything they do. And this isn't like just like, oh, we want to make the games really cool. Like their website, easy to navigate, you know what I mean? Like very like excellent. Their equipment is like all you see in CrossFit gyms now because they just figured out how to make it super convenient and super like whatever I'm trying to user friendly. Their broadcasts that they're putting on, not just with CrossFit, but like they're sponsored USA weightlifting, sponsoring
So
strongman.
What we're saying here is, Rogue, please sponsor us.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just one episode trying to get Rogue sponsorship. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We just have barbells lined behind here.
I
It's
know.
very important for the
just
aesthetic.
work for change
Yeah.
colors.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Crazy like 90s kind of stuff.
Oh
That'd be
man.
awesome.
Yeah. But the thing is, they bring excellence into everything they do through intentionality. I've realized my biggest enemy is winging it. Like
Give me an example.
and large. Okay. I am going to give a speech. I'll have a couple points, maybe. Maybe I'll write it down. Maybe I won't. I'll just kind of wing it because I know I've got a fun personality that'll make people laugh. I can read the room and figure out how to make them laugh. Winging it. I'm scheduled to do worship or drums or something. I'll figure it out. Like I trust my skills enough to get through it. Like there's a difference between like being confident in your skills and then just straight up winging it. And even if you're confident in your skills, you're confident because you spend the time practicing and you spend the time going. And confidence allows you to change when things inevitably go wrong, but it doesn't mean, oh, now I don't need to practice. Now I don't need to try. Now I don't need to think ahead of it. And I used to think that I don't really care about what people think about me. And so I would just be like, oh, I don't really care if they like it or not. Like, I'm just going to wing it. I don't really care about their opinion. I've realized, and it's so obvious, but I've realized, like, that is my defense mechanism acting up. If I can wing something and I can just go through, wing it, not try hard, and it bombs and it fails, well, I was just winging it. Like, I'm sure if I tried, I would have been a lot better. If I, like, try and I put my heart and my soul and my emotion and my time into this project and people don't like it or it fails,
That hurts. Yep.
that sucks. Because now that's not, oh, I just didn't try hard enough. That's like I gave everything I had and it failed. Like,
Do you think that's why you don't push in workouts sometimes?
maybe. Like open. Like 100%. That's why 19.1 I didn't try hard. Because I was like, what if I do try hard and it's just not good enough?
And my brother still beats me.
Yeah, well, that's a given. If it's just grunt work, yeah, you're gonna win. If there's even a little bit of gymnastic skill,
I've gotten better.
Yeah.
I've gotten better. You barely beat me in the second part of the workout today.
I was stiff as a board today. That was rough. I
'cause you
scaled the
never
workout
stretch,
down.
ever.
I try to. My mornings do not allow for it anymore. Unfortunately, they are just jam packed.
You need to make time for it.
I know.
Because if you're walking around like the Scarecrow or the Tin Man.
Yeah, it's true. I've been walking around like that a lot lately. I'm way less flexible than I was even 6 months ago. Like the air squats when you're warming up are the worst thing in the world. I'm just like,
Snap, 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 snap,
yeah,
snap.
like, but anyway, like almost every, like even with my YouTube channel, it was kind of like I did it when I had time and I would whip my edits together really fast. And so being intentional is going to mean you can't do as many things.
Well, I think with the YouTube channel, I think that part of that was because for a while you did try really hard, and it's not like you were getting tons of subscribers, and that's hard.
That's hard.
That's like not fun to feel like the effort you're putting in isn't good enough.
Yeah.
And like I've always said, I think with YouTube in general, there's a level of luck involved. Like there's people.
Yeah,
so there was
for
this
sure.
guy that was in Hawaii with us. His name is Vakey. He's a very interesting name, Vakey, and he
It's spelled with like a W and
W-Y.
a Y.
He's from
and
South Africa. He lives in Australia now. But he makes some of the most beautiful videos I've ever seen in my life. And he was taking pictures, like a lot of the pictures that I've posted on my Instagram recently, like anything that looked really cool was probably from him. He makes some of the best content I've ever seen, and like his YouTube videos will get not very many views, and that's not me. No, there's no slight against him because he definitely puts in the effort, but it's like there's just luck that has to be a part of it, and I definitely got lucky. And so I think for you, it was like you were putting in all this effort, you weren't seeing the results that you wanted, so then it turned into, okay, I'm just not going to put that much effort in because who cares?
Yeah. But yeah, and it's just like, but it was just another thing that I kind of did, but nothing that I really did. And so like the past, few months, I haven't posted on YouTube at all. I haven't been very active on social media at all. Like I'm doing this podcast. I enjoy it. I like it. But like, this is like the most outside my life brand, if you will, because I've really been focusing in on the church and video. And like, I'm seeing results from that. Like putting my heart into one thing instead of like trying to put a little bit of it
take
into
from the cookie jar
everything.
and,
Yeah. It's like I'm starting to see results, and that is like thrilling and it's really cool. But it's like it was hard and it was scary, and I had a lot of conversations with Sam talking about our future and like what that's going to look like, and me being like, I don't know right now. Like I honestly don't know, but here's what I would like, and this is what I'm going for, And it's like, it's weird. Like it's it's a defense mechanism to go through life acting like you don't care, acting like you don't give a crap, like. But anything that is worth really having, you have to fight for. Think about it. Like, even like, let's make it healthy. You know what I mean? Like, with weight loss, like, by not caring, it got you to where you are.
Yeah.
Like, if you're unhappy with where you are in life, whether it is your fitness level, your weight level, whatever, it's like, it was a certain element of like, I'm just going to kind of cruise to get there. And then in order to change that, you have to care about it. You can't just fall into weight loss, except for if you get sick, which I don't recommend.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we had a whole like podcast kind of about the topic of balance, and balance is BS. I think that's literally the name of it.
Yeah.
But it's so
true. It was
true.
like the second episode or something.
Okay. So we will rehash some of the things.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hey, it's been like 9 months.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I think that it's like important to try and have balance at some point, but like it's okay to
wait. We're almost at a year.
Yeah,
we started in November.
Yeah, we're almost at a year.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Okay, sorry.
So it's like I think balance at some point is important. Like I have balance. It's like in my Instagram bio. It's like one of the things that I have in there. Because like I try and find balance in my life now, but it's when you are making a huge change. Like for you, like with the church stuff, and like for me when I was losing weight, it was I need to be unbalanced for a while. Like because I was so far, the pendulum, I was so far here that I needed to kind of swing all the way to the other side before I leveled out in the middle. And I think that that's okay to have to feel like you have to get to that point. But at the same time, it's like understand that eventually that pendulum needs to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the natural thing anyway, I think, is anytime you find something new, something exciting, something flashy, you want to go all in. Like, our friend, like, we did the same thing when we started CrossFit.
Oh, yeah.
We bought all the things.
Oh, yeah. Everything you could.
But we weren't, like, super well off, so it wasn't like we could buy all the things.
Yeah.
Our friend Dave could buy all the things.
Yeah, and did.
And, like, within his first month of CrossFit was, like, rogued out to the max with the wrist straps and the belt and the nanos and the Reebok Legacy lifters,
the knee sleeves,
and the knee
hats,
like, and that happens. That is a natural thing. But like, once that dies, what habits have you created to keep you going?
And is there actual passion there other than excitement?
Yeah,
because like especially, I mean, weight loss is like the perfect example of that. A lot of people will burn bright. They don't burn very long.
Yeah.
It is very normal to, that's why, again, it's like.
Weight loss is a scary thing too, because there is an end. And then what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Because I always say like anybody can lose weight. Any program can get you to lose weight.
Yeah.
Just starve yourself. And like, that's what a lot of the programs are, sadly. Right. Yeah. And again, like, so that's one of the things that, it is natural to be unbalanced at the start, but like it is very important to find balance at some point. Because if you don't, you can develop eating disorders. You can like legitimately damage your health.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's why I like to preach balance when it comes to that stuff, because it is so unbelievably important. Because if you do not find balance, you can actually hurt yourself really, really bad.
Yeah.
With like CrossFit, I would say it's important, but like it's not going to be as detrimental. But again, I mean, everyone's different. I don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
But like with weight loss, I have seen the effects of not finding balance eventually, and that is detrimental. But at the same time, you don't need to, I don't think it's like necessary at the start to feel like, oh man, I'm so into this. Oh, I need to chill out. Like eventually you'll get there, but just like understand if you're a year into it and you're still not putting salt on your food and you're afraid to like have anything that's unhealthy, right? Unhealthy in quotes, like that might be an issue, and you might need to take a step back and be like, I need to level this off because this is getting out of hand, and now I am missing out on relationships with friends and family because I'm like, I can't go out to eat, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't eat after 8 p.m. Like again, it's good for those to be your general rules, but like it's okay to break those rules, because guess what? They're rules you set for yourself.
Yeah.
Like they're arbitrary, doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. And I think we all understand when like New Year's resolutions come around, and they say like, all right, do you want to be successful at the gym? You have to develop habits.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go in, know what you're doing, do it, get out. Like that applies. That is cross pollination. It works in so many different things. Like whenever you want to change something, go in, have a plan, execute, get out. Like don't dwell in it, don't whatever, just do what you need to do. And sometimes that means cutting out things for a season to make it a habit, but then like just have a reintroduction plan, if you will, or whatever.
It's important, man. But it's hard. It's hard with anything, especially when you have that just like overwhelming passion at the start. And I don't want people to feel like they need to quell that and like get rid of it, because I think it's important. That's what helps you get into new things. Like if I didn't have that with CrossFit, who knows if we would have ever gotten into it, right?
Yeah.
Like that gets you into things, but at the same time, like develop true habits, develop these true things for once that passion is gone, are you still doing the things, right? Like with weight loss, the passion is very, very bright at the start, and then it ends up dying off because it's freaking hard.
Yeah.
Like it takes a lot of it takes up a lot of time, because it's every choice you're making food-wise, right, is going to be related to that.
Yeah.
And so it's easy for that passion to click, be gone very fast.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always like, develop habits. That's why I don't really like the crazy diets or the like the drink these shakes and blah blah blah, because it's like it will work, and it takes a lot of like willpower at the start. But we've talked about it before. Like willpower is like, we think it's kind of like a finite thing that runs out.
It does.
And eventually, when it runs out, do you have the habits? Do you have the knowledge to make it last? And if you don't, you're going to be the guy that goes to CrossFit for 2 months and is really excited, and then we don't see you again for a long time, because you kind of, other things became more important, or you just felt like it wasn't for you, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we have a lot of those people that we've met before,
Yeah.
And so if it's really important to you, understand there's going to be days when you don't want to do the things.
Yeah.
Whether that's eat healthy, go to the gym, or work on your business, whatever it might be. Like you can literally relate it to anything. Understand that on those days, you still got to work.
Yeah.
You still got to work.
This thought just came to my mind. I don't know how fleshed out it is yet, but like,
here we go.
Yep. What were you reading right before the podcast? Someone said that they have no clue what goes on in my mind.
Yeah.
They just they wish that they could just live in there for a moment to see, or something like that.
So someone commented on one of the recent podcasts. Shout out to Roland Vera. He said,
yeah, I know that name.
Do you?
They comment on my YouTube videos and stuff.
Oh,
and
okay,
follow me
cool.
on Instagram.
I have no idea what Jean is talking about sometimes. I want to know what's going on in that mind of his.
I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time.
You don't want to understand what's going on in that mind at all.
But okay, so think about like what are you? So we're talking about if you're going to be passionate about something.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to give a crap, and you're not just going to like lackadaisically peruse through life, but actually take action and attention. Like, I wrote this down. Let's see if it makes sense. If you were to fail, would it still be a worthwhile cause? So like, even if you're like weight loss, if you were to fail at doing it, would it still be a worthwhile cause for your health? Yes, it would be. So figure out a new plan and get at it. A lot of people desire to be Instagram famous. Mm-hmm. They want to gather a big following. I'm getting these ads where it's like, grow your following and influence using hashtags, hashtag finder. And it's like, I am not a business page.
Yeah.
I'm not like looking to expand this huge, I want to have some fun pictures about my life and working out and blah, blah. Like, and if I'm getting targeted, who else are they targeting? Where they have no business, like they don't care about influence. They don't care about like, they just want to have a place to connect with friends and like, and I think for a lot of people, the goal of like, I want to be Instagram famous is like, and if you fail at that, all the effort and energy you put into it, was that towards a worthwhile cause?
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, if it's, I just want more followers, like what happens when Instagram goes down one day? What happens when someone else starts a new app and you're irrelevant? Like, did you have a worthwhile cause? I don't know. that literally had no direction going there, except for the fact of thinking like you can say your cause is you want to help to inspire people to live a balanced and healthy life through losing weight, right? That's a pretty good.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's worthwhile. You know, like that's good. That's what you did. It wasn't, I want to get as many people to know John Glaude's name or Obese to Beast name as possible. That's a very different, they might look the same.
Yeah.
You're gathering influence, you're gathering followers, you're connecting with people, you're networking, whatever. But they're two very different causes.
Yeah, that's so the what is seen on the outside is the same with those things.
Yeah.
But the motivation internally is completely different. And that's something that you cannot tell through just social media, I don't think.
No. You have,
At least for the
to
most
use
part.
the Enneagram.
No. Get away from that thing. But I think like when you are around people, you can understand motivations a lot more, right?
Yeah.
Like in real life. And it's definitely something I've noticed. Like I have so I'm doing the new series on the channel Heavy Talk, and like
That intro is sick, dude.
yeah, you made it. It's really good. It is very sick. But like I get messages every day now of people that want me to share their story, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I am always nervous about sharing weight loss stories because I've had a lot of people that have. I've even had conversations with people that said like, yeah, when you shouted me out or when we made a video, I got so much more nervous to make videos because I had way more eyes on me, and they end up like failing because of more influence or eyes on me.
I feel it. I felt that too.
Yeah. So that makes me nervous. It's like I want to share everyday people, but at the same time, it's like I've been leaning more towards people that have followings, not just because, I mean, part of it's, like I'm going to get more views because of that. Like, let's be real. But like part of it's just because I understand they already have this following. They already have some sort of, they're used to this kind of thing. And I can, usually it's people that I've met and I've talked to, so I can understand their motivation. I understand why they're doing what they're doing. And I have definitely met people that have like asked me, and some people have even like literally like told me like, you need to share my story because it's special or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nobody's story's special. We're all just losers, right? But like when people think they deserve things, like I don't even think I deserve my YouTube channel. I don't think you know what I mean? Like it's very obvious why. So like obviously most people when they start to lose weight, they are doing it because of their health. But like I have noticed with the social media stuff now and being in the space, there are definitely people that realized when they started losing weight, I can make money off of this.
Yeah.
And I can see that from a mile away now. I have gotten very good at understanding, okay, are they, every post is sponsored. Oh, they're sponsored by every company in the world. Yeah. And like there's nothing wrong with being sponsored, but again, like there's ways to make it to where it's like, oh, this is a thing they actually like, but like for me, it's like if you are a weight loss influencer and you start like shilling out fat loss pills, I'm not. Yeah, we're done. Like, I'm sorry, I can't be a part of that. Like, it's very obvious that you have started to think of your platform as more of a way to make money, which there's nothing wrong with making money. But when it's more about that than it is about the reason that maybe you started, or helping other people, I just kind of have to take a step back.
But you don't even know the reason they started. Maybe it was, hey, there's a lot of money in weight loss, and like. I mean, if that is how someone starts, they are much smarter than I am. Yeah, yeah. Because I would never think that. Because like I know like a lot of like those YouTube growth channels, the most common question is like, how do I start making money off YouTube? And it's like. Yeah, that's the wrong way to start. Yeah, you know, like
because that's all you're chasing is money. Yeah. And so then, like, because YouTube, and if you don't make videos, this might sound, but it's a lot of work. Yeah. Like it becomes if you want to make it your job, it becomes all encompassing. Like you have to focus a lot on it at the start, especially to build any sort of following, to build anything. And you're doing that. Like my first, I think year on YouTube, or maybe even longer, I literally didn't have ads on my videos because I didn't even think about it. Like I just was like, whatever, I'm not making videos for that reason. Like I never thought I'm gonna be a YouTuber. Yeah. And so like that was never my goal. And so you can definitely tell when people, like if your goal is to make money off of YouTube, most likely, and everybody's different, but most likely you are going to end up making videos you don't like, and you're not going to be happy anyways.
Yeah.
Like that's the end of what happens there, because you're focused on chasing. And I mean, we talked, the YouTuber burnout was a huge thing. Like people stopped making what they loved because they were chasing the views and the money. And then once you start doing that, one, you're not making what you like anymore. So now every day is like, oh, I have to make this video. And then you end up dealing with people maybe not liking it again anyway. So now you're making the stuff you don't like. People don't like it. And now what is the point?
Yeah.
Instead of making these things I really do enjoy, maybe it's not catching on, but at least I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like there's a very different kind of thing there.
Yeah.
So it's important because like a lot of people will make a certain type of video, then they make one that goes like viral, like, oh, I'm gonna start making videos, only these types of videos, and then that kind of dies off, and they're like, well, now I'm not even making what I want, and people aren't watching.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely a slippery slope that you can kind of fall into.
Yeah. I would not want that. You know, like I don't know. It's YouTube. Well, sustainability is something, or like
I'm curious about, so with your channel and stuff, like what was the arc for you? Like why did you start? What was the reason for it? And then what did it turn into to where you were like, I don't want to do this anymore?
I think that I started YouTube because I enjoyed YouTube.
Yeah.
I loved the platform. There was a couple channels that I just like really looked forward to them uploading. Not fitness.
Yeah.
I was not in any form of fitness at all. And so then I started making videos like that. That's where my infamous I Love Chipotle video that you will never be able to find because it has been blocked came from. But it was just like me just talking about stuff I liked, trying to be funny and make people laugh because I enjoy that. I enjoy doing that. And then I think like a couple things happened. One, like your YouTube channel was very successful. And then also you were like showing me in your YouTube videos. So then I started getting followers who were like fitness related. But the reason I was in your videos is because I was already started like I was getting into fitness. Like that was the thing. So it wasn't like I started fitness because you shouted me out. It was just like those two happened at the same time. And then I started getting followers who wanted fitness when I was doing like talking and song covers.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do some fitness. It wasn't like here's a chance to maximize my exposure. It was just like, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't care. I don't mind. And then it definitely all became fitness. And then it became, I want this to be what I do. And then, so now it's like, now I'm not just making videos. I am staking my future on these videos, which is terrifying, right? There's no... The algorithm can change and you're screwed. Or, like I said, YouTube could just stop. Or another platform can become popular. Or there are so many things that could happen that to base your 5-year plan on that is terrifying.
Yeah.
But you feel all that pressure. And then I started feeling all the pressure. And then it wasn't something I enjoyed anymore. But then I felt like I had so many people who were already following me that I needed to keep on making videos because I didn't want to leave them in the dust. And then I didn't want to... And then it just became to a point where I'm like, I love the videos I made, especially the CrossFit ones. I had a lot of fun doing them. It was another thing that I was kind of half doing, to a point where I was like, I need to make a decision to go all in on something because I'm the king of let's try everything and stick to nothing. And so I had to make the conscious decision that I'm going to do everything I can to make it here. And what that here was the church. And now that things are kind of becoming a little more solid, YouTube has been coming back in my mind. Like, how can I make videos that aren't just, here am I hope you like me. Yeah. But like, hey, how can you do this? How can you grow in this? How can you still fitness and CrossFit, because I still love that, but like, more like, let me add value to you and let me not just be something you zone out while you're making dinner or something. Like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of the arc right now. So it's definitely paused. The next video that gets uploaded will most likely be the wedding video that our friend John Connie is filming and editing, and that's going to be awesome. And then once we kind of settle down with the marriage, I do know that I want Sam to be a part of it, bigger part of it, and I want it to be like lifestyle, fitness, educational, and not just fun videos. But they will be fun because I don't like doing things that aren't fun. That's the arc. I hope everyone enjoyed that
Yeah.
journey into my mind.
For me, I started making videos literally because it was just an easier way than trying to make Instagram posts, like to explain certain things. Like I had the Instagram first, and then people were asking me questions that I couldn't really answer in an Instagram post, like what do you eat in a day, and like you know what I eat in a day videos were on YouTube already. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, and I had been watching other fitness YouTubers before that, so I was like, yeah, I would love to start a video.
Was that one of your first videos? Was a full day of eating, right?
Yeah, it was maybe the second or third video. Hashtag feeding the beast.
Feeding the beast.
But so I started literally as just being able to answer the questions I was getting, and it was like, okay, I want to make a transformation video. I eventually the reason I made the loose skin video was just because again it was a question I got a lot. So let me answer this question. Luckily that went viral and changed my whole life. But then it became. I definitely struggled for a while where it was like I had made all the videos I could about weight loss. Or at least in my head, I felt like I did. So then it was like, what do I do now? And then so I felt like I was just making videos to make videos. And now it's gotten to a point where I used to be really afraid of sharing my opinions. And now I really do enjoy that. So like a lot of the videos are that. But then now having this new series of Heavy Talk, this series has been something I've wanted to do for such a long time.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know how to do like the whole interview thing with like Skype and stuff like that. I was like, I need to be able to bring them here, and I was just like, that's just too much work, right? But now that I'm super comfortable with that and people like it, it's been so nice having that. So, but I've definitely gone through there's been some peaks and valleys with my relationship with YouTube and feeling like, why am I doing this? Like, is this worth it? But now I think I'm at a spot where I'm so happy with the videos I'm making now. And it's just been nice. And then, it's been really fun, but definitely there's been some very, very low points to where it's like, I don't know what I want to make anymore. Yeah. Or like the types of videos I want to make. But it's always, the stem was always, I want to help people. But now it's more like, I want to help people, but I also want people to hear my opinions. And a lot of people agree with me, but they're maybe afraid to say it. Yeah. So that's kind of nice being able to be that for people as well.
So I know that we have some ideas for Work for Change in the pipeline that we don't want to talk about. Yeah. Because they're babies. They're babies right now. They're embryos right now.
They haven't even been conceived.
Yeah, exactly. But does having your income tied to YouTube scare you?
Yeah, it's definitely not. The fact that a lot of my money comes from that is not good. Yeah. And it's and I want
because you have zero, literally the algorithm would change.
Yeah, exactly. So I definitely want to be able to expand, but it's not even just that. It's just I want to make some cool stuff, really, with Work for Change. And I think that we can do that. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah,
I can, the benefit of working for a company, because I was working for a company before. I was working for Arc Smart here. Mm-hmm. I left. Wanted to pursue it on my own, and that was with YouTube, and if YouTube and freelance was that's what I'm going for. And then being alone all the time messed with me.
Dude, that's a big part of it. It's hard. It's very hard being alone all the time. Going from working at Starbucks and 24-hour fitness, being around people constantly. And I always thought I was I do like my alone time, but I am very there is a percentage of time. Yeah. If most of if out of 100%, 80% is alone, that's too much. Yeah. It's too much.
And so I found myself in just dark, sad places, where I was just I don't like this, but I knew I didn't want to go back to just a job.
Yeah, desk job kind of thing.
Yeah, even a desk, I wanted to use the skills I had, but they were baby skills. I wasn't super good at anything because again, I pursued a lot of things for the fun of it, but nothing intentionally. And so this has been the first shot at pursuing a skill specifically and intentionally and trying to get really good at it. And it really has helped out a lot just for my mind space. It's, I don't know, it's been cool. But like I was saying, there's no guarantee that the company I work for, the church I go to, will live forever. Yeah. But there is just a little bit more
security
and insurance there. It's not going to be hey, the algorithm changed and people don't know how to get to your church anymore. Like,
Yeah.
that's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like I can just imagine for you, like I'm trying to sympathize here, but instead I'm making it like sound like I can only imagine
You
for
are
you.
an
Wow, that
idiot.
must suck.
No, it's definitely like I don't stress. I try. There's no reason to stress about that stuff constantly, so I don't.
Yeah.
I am very appreciative of what I have, but I understand that one, I have a platform where I can do more anyways, and that's what I want to do. That's
Yeah.
what like working on the course and stuff, and like getting stuff to where it's like a tangible thing that someone can get help from, other than just like these videos that it might be hard for them to find.
Yeah.
Like a website, it's never going to be hard to find.
Yeah.
You just go to the website.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's going to be it. I think that was a really good.
Do you have anything you want to say? Any final notes? Any
I am hungry. Very
closing?
hungry right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can probably eat too.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace.